I can hear you. Open. It's open. Yeah, I can hear you, Paul.
Here we go then. Pool A match here to conclude the opening 8 rounds here at Incheon at the Namdong Asiad Stadium. Japan's going to take on the UAE. Seed 1 plays seed number 8. New entrants promoted from Div 1. United Arab Emirates. Great having them back at the top level. Well, you might not see Katsuyuki Sakai up there, which is very strange, their inspirational leader, but captained by Sawachima. He scored 14 tries, leading the way in the 2018 series. A series that the Japanese won all 3 legs, and UAE, well, they're here to make a name for themselves. They're here on merit for the recently relegated Malaysia, and we'll see how they go throughout this tournament. We'll get used to these names, let's get to know them. And they are skippered by number 8, Andrew Stevenson. If you're watching from Japan or the UAE or anywhere around the world, great having you with us for this opening leg of the 2019 Asia Rugby 7 Series. This is the final men's pool match of today. We've just seen other teams in action. Philippines going down to Korea, Hong Kong beating Chinese Taipei. And we just saw China pipping Sri Lanka, so strange, isn't it, Jed? Not seeing Sakai out there. 142 points last season. How much are they going to miss him as a leader and a playmaker?
Well, it's hard to say, isn't it? I mean, it's got to happen at some point. He can't play forever and ever. But it's a hard act to replace. Fiji seem to get over Sarevi, though.
There's the fryer from Hong Kong, Matthew Rodden. A little story about Matt Rodden, who was due to referee at the under-20s tournament in Laos a couple of weeks last week. Got to the airport, and he didn't have 6 months on his passport and got stopped at the airport, didn't make it. I'm sure he won't mind me telling that story. Here we go then, Japan against the UAE. Both in red and white, a little bit confusing, but Japan are going right to left on your screen. UAE with some early ball. And they throw it deep. And look at this big guy here. Not even on the team sheet. Yes, he is. Number 18. Early break from the UAE. They're stunning the Japanese here. They've gone right down the middle from the kickoff. And they've picked one up right under the posts. Goodness me, and what's that going to do to this Japanese side? I'm sure they won't panic, but...
Well, if they didn't hear the starting whistle, they definitely would have seen that. And looks like one of the 5 Fijian-born players for United Arab Emirates is duly selected by coach Apollo Pirolini. And let's be honest, when the Rocket Man's involved, he's in it to win it.
Well, we are underway. It's 7-0. On comes Loti Takuri. A very early substitution. Surely not hitting the panic buttons, or was that an injury? We're not sure. There's an official on the sideline, busy counting the numbers. Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So an early replacement for Japan. Restart, that looks high and mighty, and that looks handsome. And that's one back by the, no it's not, there's a little knock on by Japan, so UAE going to get some more ball here, a minute and a half in, so not here to make up the numbers are the Emirates. They're going to get a scrum on the 10 metre, Japanese 10 metre line. Very deep in the pocket. The first receiver for UAE.
Five, 6.
Big Japanese front row here. Lodi Takiri. Mind you, doesn't look like there's much in it size-wise between these two. It's a good tight scrum, and Takiri tries to scoop it round with the foot, but they're gone around 90. Right in double blast.
Not going straight.
Not going
Behind the
straight,
mark.
you heard him there.
Off to the side, behind the mark.
Make sure, big chase, ice, ice.
Fiji, down we go, down we go. Fiji.
Good position now for the UAE. Get in there and press home at 7-0 lead. Got to say it. I wasn't entirely sure if I believe it.
Okay, they've plugged the corner here and they've backed themselves for the line out. They're up against some tall men, but got some timber themselves. This is Nico Volavola. Goes to the back, and that's a bit of a miscommunication. They've been given a let off there, Japan. Takiri fires it out to Hikosaka. Going in hard for the ball was John Butz. Here comes Sawachima, the skipper. First time as a skipper for him. Fujita gets it wide, and there's support players there. Is Motomura in his traditional number 12 shirt. They're on the front foot now. Sawachima again. Here comes Nakazawa. It's wide out to Lodi Takiri, and he finishes it off in the corner. He started it by pinching that one at the back of the line out, way back on their own 5 metre. And I think Rodden's quickly going to check this with his assistants, just to make sure the grounding was okay. AR number 1
Try or no try.
says, I don't know. So we're going upstairs for the first time today.
And I want to be playing this in super slow motion for the TMO. He needs all the help he can get.
A little bobble there,
Oh
Jed.
yeah, there's some separation, all right.
Yes. Go ahead. Okay.
Sitting next to
Knock
us
on.
is the TMO, Singapore, and he says knock on. So yeah, let off. Not a let off, that was good defence. They tracked back 80 metres and put the tackles in.
Crouch.
Well, who knows? Can the UAE keep the pressure on?
Set.
Because the one thing that will happen is Japan will adapt pretty smartly.
Volavola 7 just takes it away, and here's the big man Natuna. And he's a huge man to be playing 7s. That's the last thing you'd want to be seeing when you slip on your 7 shirt. Motomura scoots through and picks up a loose one. Now they're going to have another crack. Fujita fires it out wide. There's players on the inside, and it's Sawachima,
Oh,
the skipper. He's held up over the line.
It's
How
the
about
second
that?
time.
Surely this time it's going to be Tasai Hayashi.
No, it went backwards. Went backwards.
Rodden says it went backwards in that tackle, but goodness me, what about that goal line defence? Reminds me of Jerome Kano Rugby World Cup 2015. Holding up Kuandrani over the line. Look at this.
Well, he's just mind slipped off the job there. He's forgotten about this guy.
Drani Bota.
UAE covering the ground. They're putting in some big hits. And only now can Japan shoot for the lead, even though the conversion misses. 2-point ball game. Oh, we're seeing some real action unfolding here in Japan's opening game. And this UAE performance, if they keep Japan tight, you could be feeling the toes of the Philippines and Hong Kong starting to cool.
Motomura gets a very fortunate bounce there. He looks at the ref and says, can I play on? And can't believe his luck, really. That's unfortunate for the Emirates to just see that one bounce into the arms of this man. He's got gas to burn, and he burns them. First try of the series for Naoki Motomura. Here we have a look at it. Takiri with the bat back. And And Butz just couldn't handle Motomura as he's set the dial towards the sun. So they nose their way in front, Japan. Kick is over, so it's 12 points to 7. Yep. You've got to say, when you have players like Sakai on your team, like Nakamura for the Japanese woman, they bring a sense of calmness to the side. Who plays that role for Japan? Is it the skipper Soachima? Nakamura again squabbling on the floor to get some desperate position. He's got the ball here. The arms out for Japan. They've got the ball. Here's Motomura again. He's into everything. He's going to slip away, is he? No, he can't. He pops it up the last minute to Hikosaka. And they're banging them down now. Getting into their rhythm, Japan.
Well, they've taken a few minutes to, I think, deal with the change in the weather. This United Arab Emirates team, it comes with very little, I guess, analysis tape with it. It'd be hard to know what you're going into. As we sort of alluded to earlier, there's this for a conversion. Look at that. Right over the, just about over the black dot. Just about bouncing at the crossbar. No good though. But Japan, they have felt the wind, reconfigured the rig, and now they're 10 points clear.
So some words, some nodding, some reaffirmations perhaps. They win, they're leading by 17 points to 7 here. The mechanics are on for the UAE. You can follow us on Facebook at asia.rugby. Plenty of stuff on there to get your teeth into. And then we're also on Instagram at Asia Rugby Live. And you can also find us on Twitter at Asia Rugby. Do it now at half time. Get involved. Have a shout out for your team, your friends, your family. Give them a big up. This is the final round of games for the first men's and women's pool games. 8 games. A little bit of breeze there. There he is, the man we're talking about, Katsuyuki Sakai, 142 points. Is that replaceable? Soachima now skippering 70, all through tries. Benjamin Rimini, Denmark and Hood trailing, all from Hong Kong. He had such an impact on the World Series, did Sakai, on a number of occasions picking up the MVP of the tournaments. They may not have done much in terms of place on the league and the ladder, but he was very influential even at that level. And now they need to find a new leader, playmaker, very hard to replace. Here's Andrew Stevenson with the restart. Can they score first to get themselves back into this game? Up goes Fujita, pulls that one down, and Volovolo trying to get a boot in there. Big Soachima battles his way forward, pops it up to Nakazawa. Takes it back on the inside to Soachima. There's a big tussle here, and the UAE got some big men that they're piling in. Getting their hands illegally on the scrum half, the dummy half. Tukiri looks back on the inside, finds Toloke, a new name in the Japanese outfit. Nakazawa on the inside ball. Look at the hard run in there from Michael Toloke. He's a man who doesn't mind just running straight at the defence. Motomura to Fujita. out to Sawajima. And the skipper canters round here. And will that be enough to dampen the spirits of the UAE? There's a few of them around on their haunches, 2 or 3 down on their haunches, hands on knees. It's hot out there. And Japan now starting to apply the blowtorch.
Well, a brave opening by the UAE, but it's the brave of blossoms at the end of it. Just that wee smack round the ears with the first try might have been enough to really start the engine, I think. Good for Japan. Puts them on their medal. Makes everybody lift their game.
Conversion was missed, so 22 points to 7. Here we go, a breakout by Natuna. He dances around looking for some support, gives it out to Dranibota. Going in hard as Natuna. Manages to squeeze the ball out somehow, gives it back to Dranibota. Throws off 2 Japanese players.
Oh, great skills.
The big ball back on the inside to Matt Richards. And he's lost it forward. Goodness me. That was a collision and a half.
Well, it was all happening there, wasn't it? In the last 20 seconds. Bodies flying everywhere, ball getting flicked out the back. Skills, pace, contact, action. Oh, rope-a-dope, took out 2, that's fantastic work. Had a grin about it, tried to put his man away. He had the door closed on him by a very big man. And then ultimately the referee got involved.
Vola knocked the ball on, not Richards. Here come Japan from deep, and they're putting some pace on this one. They're on the outside, they're on the outside.
Well covered.
Matsui gets hauled down with the finger. I think it was Natuna that got a finger on his shirt. Thought that was shut the gate. They win the penalty though. Just going to pop this one down the touchline and restart. Line out with about 3 minutes remaining in this first half. They go for the quick one, but you can't do that from a penalty. You got to try though, don't you? These things. It's,
Well, if you never know, and if you never go, really, isn't it? That's the old story. And let's be honest, the referee never makes a mistake, does he?
On comes Jose Seru, number 1 for Japan, another not small man.
Just stay there, boys. We need one here.
He's been hooked as Fujita, so he gives the ball up to Hayashi in 11. He's going to, his first job's going to be to throw this ball up. Comes around and collects it. Here's Yoshizawa. Straightening up is this hard running Toloke. 10 metres away now from the UAE line. They swing it back the other way through to Kiri. Straightening it up is Nakazawa. Scoots off the right, bangs off the left and goes under the posts. And that's going to be try number 5, down on one knee like a good boundary catch. And that is the ball game.
Well, it took them a while to come to full rev, didn't it? Japan, once they assessed the threats in front of them, settled themselves down, they could be fairly happy with the rest of that performance. Maybe that's the Sakai effect.
The Sakai effect. There'll be a white paper on that. The conversion's good, it's 29-7. Really put a lot of daylight. Unanswered points, 5 unanswered tries. After that early beauty. To the UAE. Yoshizawa gets that one up nice and high, and they've handled that well, the UAE. Richards with the hands up. And this is Justin Walsh. He's on for a burst. He's done well there. That's a good strong run from that big man, but over the top of the ball was Seru. Good defence there, and he's made a real meal of that, has Matsui. A cup of hot fat with a hair on it. Just got ahead of himself there, put the cart ahead of the horse. Into the last 30 seconds, perhaps the last play here.
Fine.
Billy Thanasau with the feed, and they're just going to bang it downfield. Andrew Stevenson puts the toe on it, chasing hard as Matt Richards. Going back as Matsui, and he's done well there. Good chase too. That's going to be the ball game as Lottie Takeri kicks it out. It's a reasonably good effort in the end. 5 tries. They had to come back. They were 1-0 down very early, and Japan battled through with 5 tries to take this one out here. 29 points to 7 against a gutsy UAE effort. And Japan will face Sri Lanka later, while the UAE will find China waiting for them. A very short break now. Looking at the standings of Pool A, there's Japan and China with the 2 wins. And Sri Lanka, well, they're not far off the pace, but Sri Lanka now have all the work to do to try and beat Japan. And the other side there, we've got Hong Kong and Pool B, who walloped Chinese Taipei 62-0. And the Koreans look pretty sharp against the Philippines. So Philippines-Hong Kong will be an interesting game. We're going to take a short break now. We'll be back in just a couple of minutes. We're switching back to the women's side of the draw, where we'll